You start to become more aware of what's occupying your headspace, and not only that, you start to become willing to drive that, and you're in the driver's seat of what occupies that headspace. You want to be in the driver's seat of what drives your headspace. You start to get that feeling, get that oomph, like, you know what I want, what I'm choosing to create, I want that to be a priority. What up, y'all? It's the Yungavelle back at it with another video. So glad to be back with you guys. It's been a while. Well, actually it hasn't been a while, but I've been super busy promoting the new project that I just put out, Sacred G. I've been performing at places, putting it everywhere, and the link is in the bio. Definitely check it out. I got the tracks up on my channel as well. Been getting great responses. Thank you guys so much. More music on the way. Prolific output. With that being said, let's just jump right into the next topic. So I came up with 3 traits, aspects, 3 things that I find that Nofap and semen retention have helped me with to be successful. And the first one is one that we all hear from all different places, from everywhere. We experience it firsthand. And it's confidence. Confidence is huge. It's something that sounds so like cliche, but it actually is. Confidence has the power to change everything. It has the power to funnel through you and put you in situations that you wouldn't normally put yourself in. And that could lead to opportunities. And opportunities lead to you stretching yourself. You stretching yourself leads to growth. You're growing. You're seeing what your potential is. And, the basis of Nofap and retention is, for me, is actualizing my potential. That's why I do it. And it's been great. I see so much goodness come about from what I'm doing, from my actions, from how I feel about myself. Because, I've said this before in many videos, and David Goggins says this as well. If you're on Nofap, we live in a society where, we pedestalize mediocrity almost. It's like everyone's equal. It's just very easy to stand out is what I'm saying. It's very easy to stand out because everybody is following. So if you're on Nofap, if you're on retention, you immediately have separated yourself from a large majority of the mass. And that's going to give you a sort of confidence, not an egoic confidence, but it's going to give you a sort of a confidence to know that you're standing out. You're standing out in a good way. You're exercising a quality that's worthy of following. And so when it comes to standing out, this leads me right to my next point, my second aspect, which is the willingness, and it kind of ties into confidence. The willingness to take risks. Risk taking is huge when we're talking about success and opportunities, because there's a saying, you get what you ask for. So oftentimes we'll be met with the opportunities that we've been asking for, but for one reason or the other, you won't act on those things. You won't act on the opportunities, and the opportunities will pass you right by. So the willingness to be a risk taker, obviously a smart risk taker, is huge. It is crucial when we're talking about success. I'm reading this book right now called Tools of Titans, and it's the success the habits, routines, and ideas of billionaires, icons, super successful people. And at some point or another, all of these people had to take some sort of risk in order to get the gains that were associated with that risk. And this is not to say that every risk that you take is not going to be met with challenges, might not work out. It's the simple fact is be willing to take the risk. I've said this before in other videos, like when I take my risks and the risks that I have taken in the past for my financial gains and other things like that have been great successes. In the times of uncertainty, I would say this thing, walk by faith, not by sight. I forget who said that, but it's something that I would just recite in my head. You know, walk by faith, not by sight, because you take that risk and you're out there. You know, you're out there. You've jumped off the cliff, but that's the only time that your wings will actually spread and be able to be of use, metaphorically speaking. So the willingness to take risks is huge, man, and it's something that it could lead to greatness, man. You could be in a whole different situation just by one risk. You know, a whole different situation for the better, for your betterment that changes everything for you just because you had the confidence in you and the energy and the drive in you to go forward into that risk, calculated risk. So I'm not going to get into how to leverage your risks and stuff, which is definitely something you should be thinking about as well. Get yourself into win-win situations if you can. So the last and final one, which is, this is a one that I like a lot because it is one that is actionable almost on a daily basis, if not moment-to-moment basis. And it's the ability and the drive to put the right things as priorities. So you start to be more cognizant of what you're thinking about. You start to be more cognizant of what's driving your mood because you have all this energy and you want to make sure that you put the energy to work for you. You don't want to just sit with it, and you know, you got to transmute that energy. So this is one of my favorite things. You know, you start to become more aware of what's occupying your headspace, and not only that, you start to become willing to drive that, and you're in the driver's seat of what occupies that headspace. You want to be in the driver's seat of what drives your headspace. You start to get that feeling, get that oomph, like, you know what I want, you know, what I'm choosing to create, I want that to be a priority. I want that to be a priority in my headspace. So that takes effort. That takes effort, and in Nofap and retention, you have built up through habit the routine of discipline, of effort, and you have energy, so you can exert that effort into your priorities, which is going to reap you so many benefits because you reap what you sow. So the more energy you put into your priorities, the bigger the reward when that time comes, whenever that time comes. So that's one of my favorite things, man, and that's one of the things that I've been talking to a lot of my friends about, you know, because we are, you know, I feel like a lot of us now are starting to be more aware of our necessity to live intentionally. We have to step away from living unconsciously and doing things out of habit when those habits don't serve us. And when you're on Nofap and retention, you start to become hyper aware of the quality of your actions. And this goes a long way when we're talking about actualizing our potential and, more importantly, living the life that we wish to create for ourselves. So you have that energy allocated to your priorities, and I find that Nofap and retention help me to stay in that headspace. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys. I don't want to make this video too long. Check out the project, Sacred G. Continue to support and push that. Share with your friends. Let the world hear it. There's a lot of great stuff in there. I'm really proud of this body of work, man. It's my first one as the Yungavelle, so I take a lot of pride in it. So, like I said, if you guys got anything from this video, make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I got the Awakened Alpha merch in the description. So glad for the people that keep copping it and supporting it. Do it. Tag me on IG when you do it. Until next time, like I always say, guys, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace.